Hey guys, today we're going to be going over the defensive system that I use to guard against upper and middle kicking techniques. So I've got Yoav here to help me demonstrate this blocking system. Now, when we're dealing with attacks to the body and the head in terms of kicking attacks, the main attacks we're going to be dealing with are a front kick, middle kick, and a high kick. Okay, and those are the ones that we're going to set up a defense for today. Now, the first step is identifying the kicking side. So often you'll see beginners when they're defending against attacks to the upper quadrant of the body start to become quite frazzled with all the attacks coming on. The simplest way to get used to defending these attacks is trying to find a way to identify the kicking leg as soon as possible and as easily as possible. So what I encourage beginners to do for even just practicing this for a month or two is when their opponent goes to kick, if they're kicking with the right leg, as soon as they see the right foot move, we're moving our right hand and shoulder towards that kick. Okay, so that's the first point. So whenever we're in sparring, it doesn't matter if you get caught with the technique, if you're not able to block fully, as long as soon as you see that foot move, right, you're moving the corresponding hand. So right leg, you're moving the right hand, right shoulder, and even the right hip in towards that side. Okay? And if they're kicking with the left side, you're moving the left hand, left hip, and left shoulder. Okay? So to start off with, you would just do within your sparring sessions and within your drilling, just watching, obviously using your peripheral vision. We're not watching the feet, we're watching the whole body, but as soon as that foot moves, we're just getting used to moving the shoulder towards it. Okay? So as he moves his right foot, I'm moving my right hand, right hip in towards him. As he's moving his left foot, I'm moving my left hand in.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please check out my book, The Science of Striking, a complete guide to strength and conditioning for combat sports.
So that's step one. Step two is forming our defensive shell. Okay? So the defensive shell is basically the opposite. So if they're kicking with the right leg, you're using your left hand to shell, and then the right hand will be what I call the first responder. Okay? So this is the hand that's actually going to go out and meet the kick. Okay? So whatever happens, whatever technique he throws, this will stay tight. Okay? We don't want to drop this hand here. The opposite hand will move in towards the kick, but catch the kick as it comes. Often beginners will see these attacks coming and sort of reach out to try and catch the attack. We don't want to do this if he kicks a middle kick and we go out to reach it, okay? We may get our hand in an awkward position, and we may also overreach and allow him to sort of come in under, okay? So we want to guide the arm in towards the kick, but at the moment of impact, the hand the forearm should be roughly in contact with each other, okay? If he kicks towards the head, again, we don't want to reach out because he may actually come over that blocking hand and land the kick. Okay, so this is the first response. Now, if he goes to throw a front kick, there's not a lot of change. We keep the shell here, but instead of meeting the kick, if we see that he's turning the kick, he's throwing a foot. So the first step is we've seen that right foot is moving, so we start to move the hand towards the kick. However, if he comes in with the front kick, instead of going here, we're just flipping around and catching the kick this way. Okay? So go again, we see it moving in this direction, and we're blocking here. Okay? Alright, so we've got middle, we've got our front kick, and then if he goes high, right, as we see that kick is coming up a little bit higher, we're basically just changing from here. We're keeping our defensive shell, raising maybe just a couple of centimeters up, and then bringing the first response hand up a little bit higher as well. So obviously if he's kicking on this side of the body, we want to have this hand here. Right? But if he's kicking a front kick, we still want to keep this defensive shell because he may feint and then go around and kick a roundhouse kick. Okay? So one of the most common feints is to feint with a front kick and then come around into a roundhouse kick. Okay? So we want to keep that shell there. And the other thing you might do is choose to feint with the front kick and then come around into a crescent kick. Now, if we've got our shell here, as he's coming in, we basically just change into this position. So instead of keeping here, this hand still comes down as if it's going to block the front kick, but we bring this hand across to try and catch that crescent kick.